fellow geeks, and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather and I am glad you are here today. Now, over at the channel, holding name required, I'm going to leave a link down to his channel in the description box below, but he has started a challenge with the hashtag MyRun, in which YouTubers that are runners are answering 5 questions about their running, and then you tag 3 other runners on YouTube so that they can answer the questions and play along as well. And so of course I'm going to tag my 3 cohorts over at Masters of YouTube, and that is Susie at I Run Things, Paul at the Dev Runner, and Brian over at Rosser Runs. So if you guys want to answer these 5 questions and tag 3 more runners to play along, that would be awesome. It's just to help the running community get to know a little bit more about each other and help us find each other through this hashtag. So without further ado, I would like to ask, if you are not subscribed to the channel, to hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss any of the running content I have coming out all the time. And with that out of the way, let's go on to the 5 questions. So question number 1 is, why do you run? Well, I originally started running because I was out of shape. I was dealing with some very heavy postpartum depression. This was about 7 or so years ago after the birth of my first child, and I needed something to improve my mental state and to get me in shape. I had the opportunity to do a virtual 5K for my first ever run, and so I used the Zombies Run 5K app in order to train for it, and something just kind of clicked. And it's weird because I have never ever been athletic in any way, shape, or form, but for some reason I always wanted to run. I always had running a marathon being on my bucket list, even though, you know, I knew I couldn't run more than 30 seconds without falling apart. But it's something that I always had in the back of my mind that I wanted to do. And once I did that 5K, I wanted to do a 5K in person, then I wanted to do a 10K, and things just kept kind of getting bigger and bigger. And I like being able to test what I can do, to kind of push my limits and see what happens. I'm enjoying experimenting with what I'm able to do, and it's just fun. I love that feeling of accomplishment that I get at the end of a run, even if it's just a quick little workout. I like seeing the improvements, no matter how small they are. So just kind of that overall feeling that it gives me. I love the running community that I've become a part of. All the people that I've gotten to know through running and YouTube has been absolutely life-changing. So yeah, that right there is why I run. Question number 2 is, what one piece of advice would you give to other runners? And this is one that I have definitely talked about several times before, and that is, don't doubt the fact that you are a runner. There's going to be some people that you'll come across, and thankfully they are few and far between, that will try to gatekeep the running community. But I'm here to tell you, if you run and have to take walk breaks, then you are still a runner. If you come in dead freaking last, you are still a runner. If you try to run a race and you don't finish, you are still a runner. Don't let anybody take away from your accomplishments. Don't let anybody else define what a runner is for you. If you run, you're a runner, and that's all there is to it. On those times when you do fail, see what you can learn from it and try again, because you're still a runner. And most of the time, you really do want to try it again. So that's the best advice that I can give to anyone who's a runner. Number 3, what was your first running event? Well, as I mentioned earlier, my first foray into running was a virtual race, but my first real life running event was a Komen Race for the Cure in Little Rock. I did the 5K, and it was the first time that I had been out in a place with other runners all running at the same time. And I'd never been somewhere where people were cheering for runners, where people were there to, you know, support the runners and hand off water and stuff like that. It was just, it just felt amazing to know that all the work that I was putting into running was being seen by other people. And it was it was kind of a humbling experience, to be honest. It was definitely not my greatest race. I was not fast by any means, but it definitely made me want to do more, and eventually led to me jumping into Run Disney events, and I've been doing Run Disney ever since. Number 4, what is your most ambitious yet achievable running goal? I have definitely talked about this on the channel several times before, but I would like to be able to run at least a half marathon in all 50 states. So gonna take me some time, definitely gonna take some money and some training to make sure that I can kind of get through multiple races in short amounts of time, but thankfully there's no time limit on that. I've got all the time in the world right now to kind of figure out how that needs to go, but that's the overall goal. Of course, slightly more ambitious than that would be to run the 6 world majors. That's going to take a whole lot more strategy and planning on my part, especially since I'm not the kind of person who's going to be a time qualifier. I will most likely have to run through a charity. So, like I said, a lot more strategy and planning on my part. But yeah, those are the big ones. That's what lies ahead, I hope. And number 5, what is your dream running event? Well, I know it sounds kind of silly. I know most people would choose like a major marathon or something like that, but for me, it is the Disneyland Paris half marathon. I love Disney. I am just in love with Paris. I've seen pictures of the course, and I just think that is definitely a race that I want to do. It's been on my bucket list for I don't know how long. I just can't figure out the logistics for getting it done. But yeah, that's a big one for me. And like I said, most people would choose like a marathon or an ultra or something like that. But when you put Disney and Paris together, for me, that's a dream event. And there you go. Those are my 5 answers for the My Run hashtag. I hope you found this fun or entertaining. If you did, let me know in the comments down below or by giving this video a big thumbs up. Both of those things help other runners find this channel. Maybe they would like to join the Geek Den just like you. This is your second reminder that if you have not hit that subscribe button, make sure that you click it down below so that you can keep up to date on all the training and running that I've been doing. We've got a lot on the calendar coming up really soon. You can also follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. You can find me across all platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you're having a great week. Can't wait to see you next time. Remember to laugh hard, run fast, and be kind. See you guys later.